Hello once again, people, and welcome back to the Quake Aftershock playthrough. This time around, we're checking out Welcome to Asmo 1_2. Yes, this is actually, interestingly enough, I think the sequel mission to Asmo 1_1, which we played a little while back. Basically, it was a lot of corridors. Then again, that really could describe almost any of the levels. But yeah, it was basically a short corridor mission. Rather uneventful. And now we have another one. Yeah, this is basically the sequel mission to that, I guess. I'm not really sure if there's really a big connection. Especially since you would think, since it's made to almost be like an episodic thing, they, we've had a level exit in the last one. But yeah, there was even a level exit to this. So, yeah, really weird, but it's there. I guess that's the point, right? It's there, it exists, and therefore we can check it out. Let's check this thing out, see what exactly we're in store for this time. Alright, so map, Asmo 1_2. Lots of bonus items that follow the map, as usual. At this point, it's not even surprising that it does stuff like that. Yeah, it's become way too normal for bonus items to follow the map. Okay, so we have 51 enemies, so it's a relatively big level. Yeah! Looks like it's another chaotic design level. Okay, we have 2 enforcers and a lot of different ways to go. Okay, what did I open? I came in here. I think I bumped into something or something. Okay, there's a hidden wall here. There's way too many doorways. I don't know where I'm going, kinda. I'm trying to make sense of this place. But it's a bit chaotic in its design. There's like room after room after room. Oh goody, a fiend. I don't think I like this way. Yeah, going into a fiend is probably not the best idea when all I have is a shotgun. If I can find anything else, it'll make life a little bit easier. All these invisible walls. Curse you, game. Okay, this was just a loop around here. Amazing. I don't really think I achieved much of anything. But, at least I killed some enemies. Oh god, I just teleported! I didn't expect that one, game. Wow, it just randomly teleported me here, wherever here is. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Is there a way out? Please be a way out. Okay, it's here. And a rocket launcher. Well, ain't that convenient. But is that a shambler way up there? I don't like this. 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 There looks like there's no other freaking way out of this mess. I heard a door like open somewhere. I can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, free grenade launcher. Now let's see if we can figure out my way through this mess. Where in God's name am I? I really don't know. It's a very confusing map. Trying to organize this level is going to be quite the interesting little challenge. Because it's all over the place, man. Okay, we're back at the starting area. And now this one lowered. Well, you see plenty of rooms with ammo right all around creation. Okay, I found my way to a silver key card out of all things in the world. And one of these was a teleporter. Not sure where the scrag came from, but what the? That sounds buggy. I don't really know where I am. Kind of trying to figure this out, but it looks like I kind of got a bit disorganized. Ah, well, at least we're killing stuff. And this one, I don't really need to figure out exactly where I'm going as long as I'm doing stuff, right? Oh, look, a fiend! Hi! Do you want to be my friend? God, with the rocket. Yeah, okay, there we are. Now, somewhere around here is the, Okay, this is the one that leads to a teleporter. That's where I went before. Let's see, I don't want to go back that way. I want to find my way. Apparently this is not where I came from. I'm really confused. It's like going all over the place. Yeah, this is a lot like Asmo 1-1 in kind of a way because it's very confusing. But at the same time, it definitely is a lot bigger. So, yeah, massive map that's going to take a while, and at the same time, it's also very confusing. Asmo 1-2, everybody. Okay, at least this seems to be the area with the Fiend, which means this is somewhere. Huh, yeah, I don't think I really know where I am. Can pretend, though. And imagination is the best of things. I'm still trying to figure out exactly where the beginning area was. Like, it feels like I'm going in circles, kinda. Okay, where in God's name am I now? I really don't know, game. It feels like I'm going in circles half the time. But yet everywhere seems to open up to new areas. Something tells me I'm just going to be wandering around a lot aimlessly in here because of how chaotic this mess is. Like, I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I started. That seems to be harder said than done. You'd think by this point I would have made sense of something, but no, not really. Just a bunch of doors. I want to say I start like this way. Maybe. I'm not really sure. But, okay, let's get into a teleporter and try and kill that Shambler. Oh, this isn't the way to Shambler? Oh, great! Okay, there was apparently 2 of them. I didn't realize that. Quick, down this way, kill that Shambler! Thank God. Okay, the Shambler is dead at least. He was the main guardian here. Well, this is totally useless. I just killed a Shambler in a totally useless area. Looks like this is almost like the intended exit, but, yeah, it's not actually an exit. And so now we just got a long, dark corridor for no real reason. Amazing. Great design choice. Okay, so we follow our dark corridor friend back. I can barely see what I'm doing. Wait, no, this is the way I came from. See, it's so easy to get turned around in this freaking thing. Maybe because I can barely see what I'm doing half the time. Okay, so we come back here. Here's like the sewer area we were. And this leads us back to the area we were before. Okay, so we teleport in here. This brings us back to the first side, aka the area we were before. And so this is a totally different thing from the beginning. Okay, so they're similar but different. Probably a bit suicidal, but at the same time doesn't really matter. Let's see what else there is. Now we can freely move around to kill some stuff. I mean, there's still plenty of enemies, so I'm really curious where they all are. Okay, this lowers to reveal our teleporter! Wait, what? This was here to teleport it back to the area it was, so that doesn't really matter. Alrighty then, we lower this. It's Night of the Living Dead! Seriously, where are all the enemies? It's like... still like going to be 20 enemies or so that's still quite a bit. We were finding some enemies, but they're really nickel and diming me here. And I just don't really see how this is going to work out. I mean, at this point, I don't really know what more there is to kill. Let's try this way. There is still some enemies on these little side areas, so that's something, right? Now I really hate this area, though. All these hidden walls and rooms that just lead to one single enemy at a time. You know, it's a lot like Asmo 1-1 was, except a lot worse. It's like sheer tedium. The level. You know, I mean, I guess it's good that we get a level that's stretched out after all the very short, basic, bare-bones levels we've had recently. But, yeah, this is still very tedious. And I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to be going. You know, it looks like I've kind of killed everything, so, but we still have a massive number of enemies. So, where are they? This feels like it's going to be a problem. I don't really know how to fix it either. As you see, we've already checked out all these ways. So where is there left to go? When you teleport here, you end up just on the side with the Shambler area. So that's the problem. The fact of the matter is, it's all hidden movable walls, so it's like any of these could reveal something. Let's hug this wall again, because it feels like there would be something symmetrical. And there's nothing. Brilliant! So, yeah! How does one find, like, all these other enemies? There's a giant number still. Where are they all? Okay, now I can barely see what I'm doing. I mean, you have back here. But yeah, I'm really confused where exactly there is to go. Let's get this red armor while it's here. I'm just not really sure what there is to kill. Like, it feels like I've kind of gone everywhere. Okay, let's just start hugging walls and hope to find something. Because for the love of God, there's gotta be some way, somewhere. Just a matter of the fact that this is all so bloody symmetrical that it's so easy to miss something. Even if it wasn't, I don't know where exactly I'm going because all these bloody movable walls everywhere. I mean, I've started to get some organization of it all, but it still feels like I'm missing something. As you see, I'm not really making much progress, am I? I'm not even sure where I am, where I'm going, anything. Yeah, organization this level is not easy. You know, this is a very freaking confusing level. And combine that with the fact that I don't really know where I'm going here. I don't like this level at all. I really don't. I mean, like, it feels so circular and wearing down my abilities. I just need something that tells me, like, which way I need to go. Like, there's still a massive number of enemies. There might be a level that's it, who knows? I sure win, because all these bloody hidden wall areas. Like, look at all this. It's just so much of a pain to navigate through. None of it's clear. You know what? Collect the quad image. I don't know why, but it's a thing. At this point, collecting things is all I can really do, kid. Let's move this way, I guess. See in the dark. Take advantage of the ability to see in the dark and hopefully see something. But there's nothing. There's this one door leading back. And nothing else. I really wonder if this is going to be like a issue of something sealed in area, or if I'm just really bad at finding it. Like, it feels like there should be something here. Like, let's try and no-clip past this. No, this is nothing. Give me a clue, game. Wait, what's all this? Okay. I saw something which looked interesting, like a flashy room way in the corner over there. If I can try and figure out how to, like, orient myself, that might be a clue. Now, of course, we need to find out how to get there. And that's, of course, the problematic part of this whole mess. I could try and rocket jump over this, but I'm not sure that would serve much of a purpose. Hooray for rocket jumping! I seem to have found where I was looking for. Okay, this was an interesting area. But as you see, it was totally worth the price of admission. So yeah, so rocket jumping over this leads to this area, which killed off most of the enemies. Hooray for my experimentation of rocket jumping. Oh great, this area is pitch black. That's not what I need. So, yeah, this is curious. It's all these deep holes. Why do I get the feeling if I drop in one of these holes it'd be like impossible to get back out? Of course we have the teleporter, which locks me in here permanently. I don't know what the button did at all. I mean, I could barely see straight in this area. Let's drop in the central pit, see what happens. Amazing! There's nothing down here. And of course, there's no way to rocket jump out of it, so let's see if like any of these pits have anything at all. Like, what's the point of these? Are they just here to like be pits to drop into? I mean, there's also the problem that this is a permanently sealing area, as far as I'm aware. Like, this was a one-time hit button, and I'm not even sure what I hit. I'm not sure what I did. I mean, Quake's not a very complex game, so it's not like there's many choices for me to say, like, things happen. It feels like this is like an elevator or something. Aha! Look at that. There's an area above me. Let's try and rocket jump up there without dying. Okay. Can't mess around. I only have a little bit of health. But, as you see, here was two more of the enemies. Let's see. Where is the rest? Game! Please! Are you just gonna keep, like, nickel and diming me? Come on. I was so happy because I thought I found the way forward. Instead, you just kind of gave me this pointless area. Like, why even come up here? I had to endure a rocket jump in a broken area to kill 2 enforcers and nothing else. Brilliant. Okay, where are the rest of these enemies then? This still doesn't answer my question. Okay, let's try and figure this out. I'm really curious who the rest of these enemies are. I find it curious, there's all these holes. How does one get there? That looks like something. But because the teleporter seals you in permanently, you know, that's kind of never an option. Okay, let's hope that, like, this is like a way that teleports you, but the other isn't. So it's like, you'll teleport to that side, so you hug this wall instead. If you hug this wall instead, you get a few more enemies. So yeah, lesson of the wise. You need to hug the left wall before you go to the right wall. As stupid as all this sounds. You know, this is all horrible design. You know, because it's like permanently sealed areas like Crossfire. What in God's name is this? I don't even want to know. Game, just tell me what I'm supposed to be doing in here. I don't even know. What was the point of this? What purpose did this serve? I don't know. I don't even know. This is just kind of here. Apparently it was nothing, because this was the way that actually, you know, had stuff. And down here, you can come down here, press this button, and this lowers that. So, yeah, I see, so... And this also lowers the area with here, which is a red armor. Now, does this stop the teleporter? Not at all, so once you come down here, you'd be permanently sealed in here anyway. So, yeah. Terrible level, and there's really no level at it either. So, alright, let's see here. What exactly is Asmo 1_2? Well, it's a rather annoying level, which has a lot of similar-looking symmetrical rooms, which are going to drive you insane. And it also has that, you know, weird area, whatnot, where you basically get permanently sealed in the level. On top of all that, it has that, basically a necessity to rocket jump over. Really, it was like, it didn't lower until I got to the opposite side. I'll need to look for, like, if there's another trigger, but I don't think there is, based on the fact that it was always raised. And that's where everything was. So that's the reason, basically, why I couldn't get, like, full completion, was because, you know, I couldn't, you know, get over that area. As you see, it's totally legitimate to do. Yeah, there is a pathway you could follow to get 100% completion, since there is no level exit, but at the same time, it stinks that it's basically pulling another Crossfire with that permanently sealing teleporter area. All I did was, you know, hug one wall, whatnot, instead of the other, and because I got teleported into an area I could never escape from. And basically, it looks like you intend to kind of go that way, but how in God's name was I supposed to know which way was which way? And that's exactly the thing. It's all arbitrary, which is the problem of, like, something like Doom or something like that. You know, arbitrary teleporters, arbitrary everything, and that kind of stuff isn't exactly the best. You know, one thing that usually Quake levels had over Doom levels was they didn't permanently seal you in the level. And now it seems like we're getting levels that are doing that, so it kind of is a little bit bothersome. You know, the fact of the matter that you kind of get these little areas that permanently seal you in. At least in this particular case, because there isn't a level exit, there is a route to do it. It just, you know, if you go there prematurely, you pretty much get messed over. And that isn't exactly fun, because then you basically have to cheat to get out of the area. As I said, basically, no matter if that area is raised or lowered, you basically have no way to, like, get over it without teleporting. In fact, you don't have any way to get into like the first area to begin with without a rocket jump. So it all just ends up feeling very cheap, very contrived, and yeah, a bit bothersome. But yeah, really not the highlight of this playthrough at all. I don't really like this level. It's very bland with the fact of the matter that it's a lot of like singular enemies and very similar looking rooms. The fact that there were so many similar rooms really made it dull. The fact of the matter that you basically had to like run into all these walls to have like movable walls open really made it rather annoying to navigate. So, yeah, I find myself really not able to say much that I really was a big fan of in this level besides the base Quake gameplay. If this was, you know, like something, some other game or whatnot, I would really be complaining about this level because it's really annoying in a lot of ways. And yeah, that seems to be a problem, it seems, with these levels. It seems like these levels are definitely inferior to a lot I've played beforehand. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, it seems like for some reason they really made these levels highly buggy and rather irritating. It's like the more complex they kind of made these, the more chaotic and annoying they were. You know, like there's a lot of unnecessary teleporters. There's, you know, things falling out of the level. It's weird, but in a way, Q2 was more consistently designed, at least, than something like this, which just tends to be a frustrating mess. So, yeah, it's kind of weird that something as bare bones as Q2 actually could provide a more fun experience in my eyes than something like this, whereby it just ends up rather being aggravating because of a lot of different little annoyances that wouldn't have existed in, say, something simpler like Q2, or even Dark Hour. Dark Hour wouldn't pull anything like this at all, and nor would, you know, the actual Aftershock campaign because those levels were better designed. Movable walls used to be a rare thing. Now that movable walls like exist in all these levels, it's like they use them as like hidden areas, kind of like Doom. It's a step above Doom since you don't actually have to like spam the walls to open them. But it's still annoying because it's all like hidden areas or whatnot that really are like necessary way forward. And between that and the fact that it also feels cheap to begin with because it doesn't feel like an actual proper secret, it just isn't good design in any way. It's not a fun experience. So anyway, that's really my gripe for this time. You know, this is probably a low point of this campaign, like Crossfire was. If I had to compare this to Crossfire, it's kind of difficult to like say one or the other. I guess I would say Crossfire is a little bit worse. One, because you can't play it in Quake, but then again, I haven't tested this one. Maybe this one you can't play in Quake either. But even more importantly than that, the fact of the matter is that Crossfire, you ended up like having to choose between exiting the level and killing all the enemies. At least in this one, because there's no level exit, you don't have that type of, you know, altercation or, you know, difficulty. So, rather interesting, the fact that there isn't a level exit makes this level slightly better than it would have been had it had an exit. And that's kind of a rather curious thing or whatnot, that, you know, something being less complex seems to generally be a better rule of thumb, unless it's well designed. Basically, that's pretty much the answer here. If it's terribly designed, simpler is usually better because it's going to have less frustrating mechanics. But if it's well designed, of course, the more complex will be better because it offers more of an intriguing experience and offers more unique things that make it less of a generic playthrough. So, yeah, it's weird. It's like there's basically a bell curve whereby you really don't want complex in a terrible level, you want simplistic. Then again, you also want, in a terrible level, very easy gameplay because you want to fly through as quick as possible to get to something more fun. But that's aside the point. Anyway, I'm done here. I have really rambled about my gripes. There's not too much to even complain about. It's just the fact of the matter that it's a really annoying level. You know, it's a lot like my issues with Crossfire were, except, you know, because there's no large open areas, this one ends up becoming a bit more tedious in that way. So, yeah, really not, and the fact that there's also no real landmarks. In Crossfire, there was actually a lot of recognizable areas, at least made it all kind of stand out somewhat. Here, it just felt like a lot of rooms that you're running into, a lot of like invisible, a lot of movable walls you had to open up. It was very, very tedious. So maybe in some ways I find this maybe a bit more frustrating than Crossfire, but it really is a close call. Both were really annoying missions. And really the highlight not only of the Aftershock Toolbox, but basically all of Quake levels. I haven't really encountered things these annoying or frustrating. So it's rather weird. I didn't exactly expect this type of stuff to really get this annoying, but yeah, you can see it's very possible to make really annoying Quake levels if given the right tools and, slapping it together in a horrible way. As you see, like I said, something simpler ironically turns out to actually be better for the game because you don't have to do as many frustrations. And I will say this is still a lot better than a lot of like the really bad Doom levels, because this pretty much was the rule of thumb for Doom. You end up with annoying things like this almost in every single Doom PWAD, to a point that I got highly aggravated with it, because it was like a never-ending series of these type of things. At least here, you get a level like this, but then you get like a break from it, you get other stuff, you get one again, and besides that, we've also had 3 other shovelware packs that show this isn't exactly a normal thing to have happen. As opposed to all the Doom stuff, whereby we pretty much saw through 300 levels or so that it was a highly normal thing. So that kind of makes a big difference between the development of like Quake and Doom and whatnot, and I think these are probably like carryover from the Doom mentality, I guess, and that probably describes why it's so annoying and frustrating. But yeah, it definitely feels like at least we're getting 1, single player levels to play, and 2, at least I guess in a way it's its own identity to be this frustrating because nothing else was like this. So at least we're getting more variety, and the fact of the matter that this is not the rule of thumb for Quake. Anyway, I've really rambled for long enough. There's really not much more to talk about. Thank you all for watching. It's been an adventure, and I shall see you all next time.